Do you ever wonder how long it'll take you to grow a YouTube channel and make big money from it? Well, some people think it will take them years, whilst others think it will take them months, and often they're both completely wrong. The truth is, you're probably one of the following 4 types of people, and each one has a different time frame they should expect to see results in. So today I'm going to help you work out which of the 4 you are. I'm going to show you what kind of time frame you can see results in, and I'm going to give you steps to speed things up so you can get more views and make more money. To start though, it's critical for your success that you understand why having clear expectations of how long it will take you to grow a channel and make money matters so much. So to make this incredibly easy to understand, I'm going to introduce you to runner A, Ed, me, and runner B, Ted, who looks a lot like me too, but just pretend it's someone else, okay? Anyway, they both have to try and win a race. The thing is, runner A has no idea how long the race is. Runner B, they know it's 10 kilometers. So what happens is runner A gets off to an amazing start, but after a kilometer, they're already out of steam because in their head, well, they just thought it was going to be a short race, so they ran it as fast as they could. By the time they get to the 3rd kilometer, they've run 300% further than they expected and used up all their energy, and with no end in sight, they are struggling to keep themselves motivated. So they quit and die. Meanwhile, runner B knows it's going to be hard because, well, they've not run 10k before, so they start off slow with the aim of just getting to the finish line and they pace themselves. Which one do you think will actually hit their goal? When a challenge extends far beyond their own expectation, it causes massive mental distress. It leads to frustration, demotivation, and a sense of defeat. But when people know how long their challenge is, they enter it with a mindset geared towards endurance and sustained effort, making them more resilient to all of the ups and downs. But not only that, if you believe a challenge will be short, you can expend far too much energy and then, like runner A, burn out. So the reason it is absolutely critical that you have clear expectations for how long it will take you to succeed on YouTube is to 1, stop you feeling demoralized and wanting to quit, and 2, stop you burning out trying to put in too much energy that's not sustainable long term. So now you know why this is important. Let's have a quick look at the 4 categories of creators so you can work out which one you might fit into. So this is creator type 1. I'm going to name these guys the Scorpion because they are small but can pack a mighty punch and make money very fast. In fact, some of my Scorpion clients have released their first ever video and picked up 3 new clients from it with only a few thousand views. And Matt here landed 3 sales from his first video only a few weeks after taking YouTube more seriously and joining my program. And Chad here, well, he's blowing up his email and generating sales with under 5,000 subscribers too. But even though Scorpions can get very quick monetary wins, it's still wise to think in at least a 12-month time frame to see levels of success to avoid getting totally frustrated if it doesn't pan out like that. Because there's going to be a lot of ups and downs here. Now, the reason these guys can do so well so fast is because they have no following or a very small one, but they do have an existing offer. So a product or service that's already making them money via other traffic sources. Basically, they have the business working well. Now they just need more eyeballs on it, and that's why results can almost be instant. So how do you speed up results here if this sounds like you? The first thing you need to do is learn what problems your audience really want solving, then just go to town on making videos that help them solve it in a way that differentiates you to everyone else in your niche. That is absolutely key. And the next thing you do is you just try and outsource as much as you possibly can, especially the things that you're doing that don't move the needle towards your goals fast, and then you focus all of that new time only on the things that do. So for example, you have to hire an editor because that could take you 10 hours of video, so you put that 10 hours into something else that really impacts growth, like ideation or packaging or writing. And what that means is you end up with better edits, better ideas, better scripts, and all of this will equal faster growth and more money because you made better use of your time. You also have to keep posting videos consistently. If you can aim for weekly, that's amazing. And here what you want to be doing is practicing getting good at filming, writing, presenting, and refining your workflow to generate that growth. The other reason posting consistently is critical for Scorpions is because you will learn what does and what doesn't work. So some videos will do well and others won't. This is just a sign you're still figuring out your audience and what they're interested in. And that is something you can only do by just keeping up the volume. Trust me, if you do that over time, things will click and every video you make will start to do a lot better. It's also really important you allow yourself to be a student again and not just expect videos to fly out the gate until you've made at least 10, and that's a generous estimate too. If you've got a new channel, YouTube's not really going to know what to do with your content straight away, and without a big bank of videos, you're not going to be able to build up session times either, which is critical for growth and sales. So although money can come in from small views quite quick from a single video, growth will feel very up and down and probably quite slow for a while until you have a big bank of proof that you are a credible expert on your topic that people can binge on. And then finally, all you really need to do is always leave links to your products below your content in your description and you will see sales come in. The next type of creator I call the cheetah. Now this type of creator, again, can go from making $0 to tens of thousands of dollars in a matter of weeks. Now the reason this happens is because they have a strong community on YouTube already, but no product or offer. So if you're getting 3 to 10,000 views per video and you've begun to build an email list that's above 1,000 subscribers, you can produce courses, consulting offers, digital products, live events, workshops. The list is absolutely endless. And as long as you nail the offer and messaging around it, when you promote it to that following, you can expect to make 5 figures in your first month, no problem. Now the reason I know this to be true is because I put 40 creators in this bracket through a system to help them launch their first simple low ticket product, and they averaged $10,000 in their first 7 days. So how does the cheetah get a quick win here? Well, a cheetah doesn't live in fear of what happens if it doesn't catch its food. Although they should, because if they run at full pace and don't catch their prey, they can actually die from using all their energy and not filling it back up again. What's that got to do with YouTube? Well, this type of creator usually has a massive fear stopping them from chasing their dream goal, which can only be accomplished by releasing an offer. And if they don't do that, sadly, they probably won't be able to continue and they'll die like the hungry cheetah. And one of the things that holds these people back is they worry it won't sell, people won't like it for them, but what they'll make is wrong. And all this just it gets too overwhelming, it stops them from making any products at all. So the first way for a cheetah to get a quick win is just to try and get over that fear and realize it's necessary for your survival. You're not evil because you sell. The next thing you have to do is realize a cheetah doesn't build a giant trap like Wile E. Coyote to catch its prey. They just run after it and gobble it up. YouTube cheaters always overwhelm themselves trying to overcomplicate what they have to do to get a result. Now, it's not their fault. Online, you are taught to build lead magnets and funnels and tripwires and run complex email automations. But really, keeping things as simple as possible is the best thing for you to do. And because YouTube has built up so much goodwill, all you really need to do is this: make a product, tell people about your product. Doesn't sound hard, right? It works. And then we have the third type of creator, the Peregrine Falcon. Everyone thinks that the cheetah is the fastest animal in the world, but they're not. They can hit 70 miles an hour, but a Peregrine Falcon can hit 168. And that's why I've given this next type of creator that name, because they can see the fastest results on the planet so long as they don't fall into the common trap creators of his natures often do. A Peregrine Falcon YouTuber I spoke to was about to make this massive mistake, but I'll tell you what I told him, and he went on to generate $150,000 in 3 weeks because of it. So this creator type has an offer and a following already. And the person who is about to give themselves 10 times more work for less of a reward said to me,
Ed, I want to double my views.
And I said, why? And they said,
because it will double my business.
The thing is, it wouldn't. They had a blocked pipe stopping them from making more money. And they were hoping more views would unblock it. Views are not the ultimate problem solver for this type of creator, and generating them is really hard work. So I always look for the quickest win first. So I told them that actually they just needed to unblock their pipe by changing their offer. They did, and hey presto, $150,000 flew in over the next coming weeks. It doubled their income, and they didn't have to make a single extra video to do it. Now they put their effort into getting more and more growth with their pipe unblocked, and it has allowed them to generate an extra 7 figures in a year. So how do you get a win here if you're one of these creators? Well, I've just explained, but I'm going to give you a bit more info. If you have an offer, before you focus on views, look at each stage of your sales process to make sure there's not a bottleneck. So the first thing to look at is, what's my conversion rate on my landing page, and what can I do to increase that? I don't think people understand just how much of an impact changing the headline on a landing page can have and totally transform your sales. But always analyze the offer first. It's the quickest win. And then we have creator type 4, a Gazelle fawn. This is probably the most common type of creator. At birth, a gazelle mother hides the baby fawns in long grass for up to several weeks until the mother deems them ready to join the rest of the herd, and this is going to be really similar to this type of YouTuber's journey. In fact, they need to accept this. Likely it will take them at least 3 years to see life-changing results here, because YouTube is basically going to keep your channel hidden in the long grass until it sees signs that you are ready to take on your niche. So the gazelle fawn has no or very little experience in making videos, or no or very little experience in business. Now, if you're thinking,
that's way too long,
think of it like this. In 3 years' time, you will be 3 years older no matter what. So would you rather be 3 years older and have no success, or 3 years older living your dream? Now, it's possible for this type of person to get results faster, but if you don't have someone with experience helping you, 3 years is the mark I'd be thinking. No less than. Because you have to learn how YouTube works, understand how to build a strategy, be very consistent, learn thumbnail design, thumbnail strategy, writing, presenting, filming, editing, and then build a small dedicated community. And secondly, you need to come up with an offer that those guys are interested in buying. So there's a heck of a lot to learn. And most people guess this stuff on their own, so it just takes so much longer. After 3 years of staying consistent, you should be skilled at content creation, understand your audience, and have a business that's starting to look after you as a result, but only really if you're smart about how you do this. Really, you need to accept you're unlikely likely to have any kind of monetary payoff at all in the first 12 to 18 months. The real magic will happen though between years 3 and 4 when your hard work begins to compound. Tim Schmoyer managed to double his business every year for 10 years because of how this all works. Results on YouTube compound if you stick around for the long term. But what can you do to speed this up? Well, the first thing you need to do is get clear on your niche and the people you wish to serve. Then you want to carve out a space in it by solving one big problem for those people. And after that, you need to stick to a plan, stay focused, and build systems to speed up your production, ideation, and growth. Then when you get some cash, you want to invest it into outsourcing your editing so you can focus on the things that will help you grow the channel faster. Now, 99% of people will fail YouTube, but in order to fail, all you need to do is what the 99% of people aren't willing, and that is just to simply keep going. Now, there are many other types of creators out there, but these are the ones that I interact with on a daily basis and have evidence of results and timeframes from. So if you're like, well, I'm not one of them, that's why. But no matter which type you are, if you want to speed up the time it takes to make money, watch these videos next so you don't have to wait years, or check out the link in the description.